Come on. Come on, Twitch. I believe in you.
Okay, now can you hear me?
Yeah.
And is it back?
Yep.
Yeah, it looks back.
Okay, what can you do? The streaming things are just not as reliable
Alrighty.
as one would hope. We've been streaming like every other day for the past week without any issues.
Yeah. So what's your weapon of choice there, sir? What do you use mostly when you're out PvP?
Been using the Black Steel Katana or Uchi Katana quite a bit. This is what I'm most comfortable with. Decent range.
So do you what do you upgrade it with? Like poison or like lightning or something?
The character that I most recently used, I was doing lightning, yeah. And then I just pumped up vitality, stamina, adaptability.
So do you use like any miracles or spells at all, or are you just like pure melee?
I got poisoned.
Pyromancy, but I haven't played around that much with sorcerers or cleric.
Okay, no, we
I'm
did
really
the...
digging
I don't play
the cleric.
sorcerer, they got...
We're doing the chariot eyes.
The sorcerers,
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
there's a lot of really cool
I've been
spells
playing
and
the-
miracles that got added.
Yeah, I really like what they've done with lightning spear. It casts faster, so it is actually like somewhat viable in PvP. Whereas like in Dark Souls 1, you could never hit anybody with it; they just roll right out of the way.
Maybe I haven't met anybody with decent attunement yet on lightning spears. I have not had anybody come close to hitting with one yet.
Really?
I mean, maybe
Oh
that's
man,
I'm playing
I
with a
hit
little
so
lower
many people
PvP.
with it. Well, what range did you say you played in? Like 70-ish?
Like 70 to 90-ish.
You'd think somebody would have lightning spear by then. It's only 22 faith rack.
Oh, they have it. They just
It's pretty hard. I'm at.
don't use it that well.
Can't hit you with it.
But I also
Well,
like
we were
the
lucky, you know. We
lower level PvP because it's just there's less options. I mean, you have to make sacrifices whether you want to use spells or big weapons.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. That's one of the things I really like about Dark Souls 1 is that, you know, the low-level PvP seemed a lot more diverse than the other.
Comes the other one. Oh my god, Cass, did that thing just really hit you like that?
Also, one of the things I really like about the... I'm distracted.
Uh-huh. Sure.
One of the things that I really like about the miracles now is the heal spells are AoE.
Yes, that is wonderful. So you can actually be a party healer.
The healing spell.
Yeah, it heals your phantoms and your host.
I was just looking at those earlier today. It didn't seem.
It doesn't say so in the
all
description.
The healing spells or just some of the later ones?
No, for all of them. It doesn't tell in the description, it just does it in the game. That's a kind of cool thing that then you go and add to the wiki. Okay guys, you ready? I hope I don't get killed like an idiot here.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It is.
Maybe that will help me
it's like I'll
keep
just...
Lucatiel alive.
Oh, I don't think it heals
I just
NPCs.
carry around a pack of heals and just like walk up and heal people.
I'm not sure it heals NPCs.
Oh, because I
haven't tried that actually. I don't know.
I'm having a ton of trouble trying to keep Lucatiel alive on the Lost Sinner fight. Because she's worthless.
She just stands there.
On the Lost Sinner, she just stands there and takes it like a champ.
She gets in front of every attack.
And she doesn't like blockade or do anything.
Yeah, she literally just stands there. She doesn't put her shield up or anything. Ice is over there just laying into those things. No fear.
Is he like out of the
So
thing?
I still haven't
Yeah,
beaten
he
the
is.
game yet, so no spoilers on that.
Oh, don't spoil the ending, guys.
No spoilers.
Okay, one thing that I do not like as much about Dark Souls 2, the boss music is crappy.
The boss music.
Yeah,
We actually just
Demon
making
Souls is such.
fun of that the other day. The the horse noise is really funny.
Demon Souls has such epic boss music. It was like intense, you know. You just like felt like, oh my god, holy
Where
cow.
do you guys go? Oh god, how far ahead of me are you? Ah, no, ice, don't die. Oh.
Oh, there went ice.
See ya.
Or ice.
Ah, ah. I just narrowly escaped death.
So how busy have you been since the game launched?
Okay, wait. Hide. Cass, where the hell are you going?
Busy.
Oh my god.
Sorry, just watching the screen. Just kind of busy trying to get reacquainted and getting ready for some of our other titles. I mean, work is definitely not done on Dark Souls, but just kind of trying to remember what it's like to work on other games.
So, what other games you got coming up?
Some of the more interesting ones are we have Lords of the Fallen, which is a next-gen action RPG, and Tales of Xillia. If you ever heard of the Tales of games, those are like JRPGs. And so Tales of Xillia 2 is coming up soon.
Oh, don't like that one. Thanks.
Yeah, Morgan Harrow at PlayStation's like in love with those games. He's telling me he's been playing them a lot.
Yeah, I really didn't play them before I started working here. Now I think they're cool. I think they're great. So I'm looking forward to Xillia 2.
I've never really gotten into the JRPGs. I've been looking for a good one to play. Is that on going to be on PlayStation 3 or PlayStation 4?
Xillia 2 is on PlayStation 3. Yeah.
So then, tell me more about Lords of the Fallen.
I wish I could. I just know it's a next-gen RPG. The devs are pretty cool. They want to focus a lot on, like, kind of like strategic combat. Like, the combat definitely feels like weightier than your normal action RPG, and you kind of have to it's a lot of like one-on-one fights. Like, everything's kind of like a mini boss. So it definitely feels pretty interesting. I'm looking forward to just check out some of the RPG elements a little further.
That's cool. I'm always looking forward to something on PS4. You know, it's like there's just nothing really to play, and I think everybody's
Yeah.
just waiting for that RPG.
I
you know,
actually
because it's like it's weird.
Yeah.
You know. Sorry, go ahead.
I just bought an Xbox One so I could play Titanfall. But
Oh,
yeah,
how is
my
that, by the
PS4
way?
just collects
I haven't
dust.
played it yet.
Titanfall's great. It's a lot of fun. I mean, it's a multiplayer only game, so it's
Is it?
basically just I mean, you're just playing against each other all the time. But it's definitely fun. If you kind of used to playing Call of Duty all the time and it's getting kind of old for you, then Titanfall's a good change of pace.
You guys have been linking the thread to sign up for the giveaway, right?
Yeah, I'm definitely a little overrun. I've been having Dot do it, but I will stay on it. Yeah, I've been kind of tired of Call of Duty for a while. I mean, I really liked Modern Warfare 2. Pretty much stopped playing after Black Ops. So something refreshing like Titanfall kind of caught my interest, but I don't have an Xbox One, so I was kind of wondering how it was.
I didn't either. I plan on getting one eventually, though, and it came with Titanfall, and it was $50 cheaper yesterday, so might as well.
Oh, nice.
Okay, guys, so where do you want to go?
That's awesome.
So I want to say something about soul memory because I see some people talking about in the chat. So, like I said earlier, it's like so From Software put a lot of effort into specific mechanics. Some of those things they can change on the server side as they want to patch stuff, and I don't even know like all the soul memory brackets that exist, and we kind of want to. I'm totally willing to, or I love the discussion about it, but I kind of want to tell people that we're still really early on in the game's life cycle, and like I'm 100% delivering feedback to From Software, but I feel like we kind of need to take it slow. Like, let's just kind of let things marinate, let people enjoy the game, and then once we know a little bit more about how things work and the higher level PvP mechanics and how that kind of all plays out, I don't know. The community kind of needs to find its place. Everything's still kind of all over the place, I feel right now.
It's true. You know that we have a thread in the forums about it, right?
The feedback. Yeah. There's. I've been reading all of the threads.
But there is I think something.
You know, that's.
It's definitely something that needs to make it back to the developers, just so that they are aware that there is so much talk over it.
Sure. And I mean, they pay attention to feedback too, and it's like the same things going on in Japan and the rest of Asia. That's a big thing people are talking about, and that's fine. But we just have to acknowledge that was something they specifically chose to put in the game. And if everybody hates it, then okay, well maybe we'll tell them that. But at the same time, there are reasons for that to be in there, and we at least want to see how it plays out for a few weeks.
I just think it's different, you know. I think something. I think especially for me, like I was used to making like new character builds and like rolling up to like 50, 70 and PvPing, and you know, kind of like you, how you're saying you're staying like low level because of the different diversity and makes you make choices. I think it kind of pushes the PvP into like New Game Plus maybe because.
Oh no!
I think it's easier to summon there than what people are saying. People are saying that there's no soul memory restriction in New Game Plus, but I don't know if that's true or not. I
saw people saying that as well. That's, from what I've heard, that's not the case, but honestly, like, there's things that FromSoft can change on the server end without telling me. You know? So,
right.
And I think they're doing a little of that as we go and kind of feeling things out. So I'm getting as much information as I possibly can from them, but at the same time, we're still really early on.
Okay guys, sorry, I'm going off to the Harvest Valley.
At Harvest Valley. Hidden Valley Ranch, as we call it.
Is that what you guys call it?
But, yeah. But yeah, I think a lot of PvP will move over to New Game Plus, but also there's items and spells and armor that you can only get in New Game Plus, New Game Plus Plus, and New Game Plus Plus Plus. So that's what I think the kind of shift is towards that.
Okay, so here is a question that we need confirmed.
The regular game is this kind of... Okay, I'll do what I can.
So there are some... what's the name of this? Some covenants that have miracles locked behind like 500 successful invasions or something like that, which of course you would need to do in order to get the platinum. Is it true that those miracles show up in New Game Plus 3 at an NPC?
I have no idea.
Damn it!
Our testers know for sure about all those. But I mean, like, these are the sort of things that...
She wants her platinum. In case you hadn't noticed.
And I get that.
Well, I'm not going to go invade 500 like, people, that's for sure.
Demon Souls and Dark Souls 1, these things... some of these things weren't known until, you know, months afterwards. And here we are 2 weeks afterwards. And even if I knew that, maybe I wouldn't want to say it. Because it's like, that's not something that the community can figure out. I mean, I don't know. And I probably would tell you if I did.
Okay, so summoning.
Gotta get that platinum in.
Can we
Gotta
summon
get
here?
it.
I think we can, right? So, guys, can you make it over here and we'll go through?
Yeah, I'm actually really curious to see about the changes they added to New Game Plus, because that seems like the smartest decision ever. I mean, that was one of the things that I always would, at least in Dark Souls, would play a character, beat the game, then start a new character and beat the game. It just didn't really. I know there's people out there that like playing New Game Plus up to whatever for the challenge and whatever, and that's cool. But there never really seemed like much of an incentive for me to play the same character up again. I just always felt like it was kind of unnecessary. Now it's kind of like I'm looking forward to New Game Plus and even New Game Plus Plus.
If you're a hardcore Dark Souls, Demon Souls fan, I fully encourage you to play through New Game Plus. I would say that would be your goal, to beat New Game Plus, because there's so much cool new stuff going on there.
I actually on Demon Souls I got to New Game Plus 17 in one
So
character.
what's
Yeah, I never
oh my god.
played
I can't even
through New Game Plus in Demon or Dark Souls. Like, I mean, I tried it out, but I didn't have any incentive to finish it, I didn't think.
Platinum!
Yeah.
You guys need to trophy whore
Demon
more.
Souls New Game Plus just owned my face. I couldn't get through New Game Plus. It was too hard on Demon Souls. It just
I'm definitely not
really
a trophy whore. I give up like 1.5 trophies into every game.
1.5. You get the 1 on Dark Souls for dying, and that was it.
My friends make fun of me for the what is it, Oblivion achievements. I escaped the dungeon, and then I saw how like their leveling system worked, and I was like, yeah, no, I don't want to play this game.
Wow. So did you play Skyrim then, or did you just be like, nope?
So, Cas, are you
No,
like gonna
Skyrim's
put
cool.
your
I think
signs in
Skyrim
nobody's
does a
doing
better
it?
job of masking that. What I
Yeah, I can do that.
Because I can't see anyone, so...
yeah.
What were you saying?
The scaling leveling for your enemies is kind of annoying to me in games. I think Skyrim does a better job of masking that.
On Skyrim, I noticed that the game just seemed too easy, and then I put the difficulty like up to max, and then I just started getting owned. Then it was like scream at your TV, hard.
Yeah, I think that's a game though that's fine that it's easy. Like, it's just explore the world, run around, kill stuff. It's not about being difficult.
Yeah. I always put the difficulty up on games to max because I just think that the average player is just, it's just not my difficulty level, you know. But it's nice to have a game like Dark Souls.
Okay,
you
I'm
think you're
sorry.
better
I
than
hope I
everybody. I
gotta
get it.
debunk
Right.
that. He puts the difficulty up to max, then he goes 10 levels in and goes, oh wait, I don't really like this character. Starts again, does it 3 times or so, never gets past the first quarter of the game. So yeah, difficulty max.
I do the same thing. I start over 100 different times before I'm happy with a character.
I totally do that. I don't know why. It's like, oh, I should have done blah, restart. Like I have this like OCD about it. It's so weird.
I think everybody's that way a little bit when they play RPGs.
I stick to my choices.
I have to have that like perfect build, you know? If it's like 1 point out of place.
One of the one of the guys in our office was playing, and he never really played Dark Souls games before. I talked to him like a week after he started, and he was like, "Yeah, man, I just keep on starting over. I'm going for the perfect playthrough." I'm like, "You just need to give that up now." Like every time he lost his souls,
Perfect
he would be like,
playthrough.
"Well, I'm starting over."
I tried to get
Wow.
Chuga like twice now, and it's just not working.
That's amazing. Had he played Dark Souls 1 or Dark Souls 2 or DKS?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I can see you eyes.
So what armor do you rock? Do you do the Fashion Souls thing, or are you all about max armor value for the slot?
On one of my PvP characters, I'm rocking full Elan Knight armor.
Oh,
which
nice.
is full Fashion Souls.
Oh, that's the armor I want. That's the armor I want, totally, just for the sex appeal.
It also has really great poise, but that's just kind of this side effect.
Sure, it's for the boys.
So what sort of level are you going to be sticking at so that next PvP event we organize you can show up in your cosplay gear?
You guys tell me. I don't know. Like I said, I PvP'd before in the Souls games, but never any. It was never like a huge focus of mine. So I don't know what the norms are.
We're pretty relaxed about it. We just get together some
I was
people,
hearing
let
that,
them fight each other.
on the forums, at least. Yeah. I was hearing in the forums that the new meta game that kind of the community has said is like 150 temporarily. I don't know if that'll change, and it's in New Game Plus, but we can put together whatever. I mean, it's a lot easier to have a lower level because, like you said, the restrictions are less or more. I mean, so that you don't have all the same build, and it's easier for people to come play because they can make a character to fit the parameters like a lot faster if it's a lower level.
And it's fun, more fun.
Yeah, you just gotta let me know ahead of time. I'll jump on, but yeah, I like it, but I'm no good.
Sure.
Like I just swing my sword at people.
Oh, trust me, I'm awful.
Poison some people.
I PvP'd in Dark Souls. Go up for the backstab. We have this thread in the forums called I started called Confessions of an Invader. You know, what's your cheapest kill ever? Do you have a cheapest kill ever so far?
I felt really dirty being in the Rat and Bell covenants. In the Rat covenant, you just like nobody has a chance. Like there's a giant elephant and a rat, and you could just kill anybody instantly.
It's so true.
Wow.
I went offline to that area. I was like, screw these.
Bellkeeper, it's really bad because yeah, Bellkeeper's bad because you like invade a guy and you guys are like fighting, and it's like close back and forth, and all of a sudden somebody else invades and stabs him in the back. Like, well,
so true.
oh well.
Yeah, I mean, the sad thing is probably right. Like, if you don't do it, someone else will, so you might as well do it.
Yeah.
Okay, the contraption for the thing was upstairs, right?
I do enjoy just walking to the Bellkeeper in the Bell area as a human and getting dual invaded to see if I can take him on.
There is a joke to be made there.
I really like that you can hear that bell ring too when you're in that area. Yeah, one of the guys I play with said he farmed like 60 Titanite chunks in one night there in the thing. Just
that was Dot, right?
As a gargoyle person, a bell
Yeah,
guy.
I did. Yeah, I did the same thing. Because you get a lot of people there who I think aren't very good at PvP, which is fine because you can like do 2-on-1. But sometimes it's just like cut through each of them in like 2 hits.
Let's go find the Sunlight Covenant then.
Yeah, I have to say a couple things that like really annoy me is like Flame Swath, that pyromancy, just one-shots me sometimes when people hit me with it. It's like, ouch, I'm dead.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Those
Thanks
are
for
some of my
playing.
cheaper kills. I feel like if I was in charge of balance, I would nerf that, but I don't know. It does a ton of damage.
And people are
Yeah,
saying it's not
insane.
as powerful
like,
in New
it's
Game
got
Plus.
good range even, you know? It's like, you're dead. I think you have more health.
Yeah, and you really
I think
gotta
that's
run
why.
away from it. Oh, in PvP in New Game Plus? I
Yeah,
don't know.
I know. Rin would be the specialist on that.
Still haven't made it to New Game Plus. I really want to get there, but we've been really busy.
well, everything we find, we're like, oh, go out to the wiki.
So it's in the forum. Yeah. So what other games are you playing right now besides Dark Souls? If anything, besides maybe that Tales one.
Yay!
I play a lot of Dota 2. I've played Dota since like Warcraft 3 days.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Some of my friends are playing Diablo 3 again. Just fun to jump on every once in a while.
Looking forward for the expansion.
They getting ready for the expansion?
Yeah.
Honestly, it's funny. I really liked the PS3 version of that game much more than the PC version.
Hold on, let's read the chat. How much does what's being done about the game and what's going to be done in the future? I'm not sure exactly what he's referring to. Sometime. Yeah, I heard about that glitch that when you get returned as a human, maybe like right as somebody enters the fog gate, sometimes that happens. Yeah, I mean we've sent that along to our.
So that's not intended.
Our testers, and I don't think you're supposed to be returned as a home when somebody goes through a fog gate, like the boss door. I mean, as long as you're at the right area. Yeah, I mean, I think our testers looked at that on Friday. But I mean, basically, we hear about bugs, we test them. Maybe it's confirmed, maybe it's not. We try to reproduce, and then we send it off to From Software. And then I have no visibility about like when that's going to be put in a patch until From Software says so.
Right, makes sense.
So do you have a favorite boss so far in the game without trying to spoil too much?
I love the gargoyle fight so much. I think it's so cool
That is a great
that
fight.
they are back, and I think it's a pretty tough fight. And as soon as you walk out into that area, you know exactly what's happening. Like, oh shit.
Yeah. You know, I had to play that offline, you know, like, before the servers were up, and soloing that was such a pain in the ass. It was just, oh god.
Yeah, you
The
had
Taney
powerful
Pyramid said he felt cool when he lit the windmill on fire. That's actually really funny because when the game was getting reviewed, all the press outlets were telling us that they were having a really hard time killing Mithra, whatever her name is, Mitha. And we were like, well, should we tell them or not? It was kind of a debate whether we should kind of let everybody know that that was possible or not.
So what did you guys decide? Just to let him die horribly? Because that's what I would have done.
We let him die horribly for a few days, then it was like some people were legitimately concerned they weren't going to finish the game in the time to review it.
So I'm curious, like a lot of these people that did reviews, did they get to multiplay at all, or are their reviews just mostly based on single player?
Well, the servers weren't up, right?
The servers got turned on like a day or two for them, like Friday, and their reviews went up on Tuesday. So not as much, no. But,
oh my god, Cas, you're such a noob!
I literally just got swept along with his tail, like, just, I don't even know what happened, I just started sliding across the floor.
He whacked you with his tail until you died, that's what happened. Thanks, Jagger.
Now I have to watch the stream to find out what happens. Came in here and fought this boss, I didn't get hit one time. Not once. I killed him first try, and I'm dying more on co-op than I did when I soloed him.
They're harder on co-op.
Somebody earlier in the chat asked where Iron Tarkus was in the game. I'm still waiting for some people to like rip apart the lore and figure out some of the secrets, but I have some theories. I can't really say anything right now because it's spoilers.
No spoilers, no spoilers. Cas confirmed casual.
I haven't honestly. I'm probably. I think Fex and I are about halfway through the game, and I have no freaking idea what is going on in the story yet. I've been trying to stay away from all the lore threads because I want to figure it out, and I have this feeling that New Game Plus is going to add a lot of clarity and insight into what the story is about. I mean, I've been trying to pay more attention to it than I did in Dark Souls 1 too, so it's just kind of like, Jesus, I really gotta figure this out, you know?
I just kind of, like, I finished the game, I have no idea what happened, whatever. I just kind of want to wait for somebody to just tell me exactly what happened.
One of
what's
our
going on.
users, Wickriff, has already made
Just
a really
spell it out.
nice lore analysis, putting stuff together from the item descriptions and such. He posted it in his blog. We're gonna be reposting it, I think, this week, alerted this week. Probably gonna have it over at the PlayStation boards as well.
Yeah, let me know.
Definitely will. He did an
Tag me
excellent
on
job.
Twitter or something like that.
He
I
has a
definitely didn't see the
theory of
redo.
how Drunk Lake is actually Lord Run and how many ages have gone by and everything.
Nice. Yeah, I talk with our testers sometimes about like what their theories are, but I mean, I honestly just need someone to explain it to me.
Well, if you find out, let me know, because it's definitely like when I was going through Dark Souls 1, and I was like, Fex knew like everything at that point. She'd like already played through a million times, and I was just like, what's blah? And she's like, oh, it's blah. I'm like, how do you know that? Like, where do you there's no like billboard that's like, this is the blah, you know? So I'm trying to figure it out this time, but it's
And
just
that's why,
going
I
a
mean,
little slow.
there's not too many developers that will take the risk to craft a ridiculous story and not tell you about it. And I thoroughly respect that from Software, that they have made this amazing world and all of these crazy awesome stories, and they don't even tell you about them. You have to figure it out on your own.
Well, I remember I actually met Miyazaki.
Yeah, I mean, that is a huge risk, really. I mean,
a few years back, and he was telling me that they come up with the story on the spot after developing the game. Like, they come up with a mechanic and they go like, okay, what lore could justify this? And then they come up with some random story to make sense of the mechanic, and then they create this web of strings. And what he told me is, we can put the lore down because we don't understand it ourselves. It's grown beyond our comprehension.
Ascendant evolution in chat. So the only good NPC is the Jester, and he's not even a character. That is 100% confirmed. Jester Thomas is overpowered. If you can summon him for the Mithria fight, or Mytha, whatever she is, and he is he's super powerful.
Why do I see ice again, but I don't see...
do they have the ring on? Make sure they have the ring.
I've been telling people to wear the ring, and someone in the chat saying that they did. I just can't see them. I keep seeing ice and you. You guys have like this perfect connection to me.
I'm not even sure my sign is down. It's not, actually.
No, I can't see you right now. I mean...
How are you seeing my sign? Oh. Oh, okay.
The amount of times I have rolled off a ledge because I'm bored rolling around like
so
this.
how many times did the gargoyles kill you?
I can never find someone to help me fight them. So I always solo, and I die like 3 or 4 times every time, but then I kill them. So they've killed me a lot, but I eventually get them.
So you just like not find anyone because like it's like stand around and get invaded, or just get into the fog?
No, I just never seem to... I don't know if I go at there at a different level other people do, or I just never seen summon signs inside the bell tower.
We did the fight co-op, it was fun.
That's probably because they're getting invaded, so they can't put their sign down.
Yeah, I'll go try to put my sign down there a few times, but yeah, you're just getting invaded so often it's hard to keep a sign down for any period of time.
What you can do is there is the way that fog gates work. You can actually wait outside of the fog for like a minute and then come in, and the signs will have refreshed in that time, and you can be invaded if you're on the other side of the fog. That's how I got Cas for that fight, so we could do it
So
co-op.
Ice is saying he's soul memory 104k. Yeah, I just ran in and put my sign down behind the door with the ring on, and she snatched me up luckily before we got invaded. But we had done the bell gargoyles probably like the day the game was launched or the day after, so there wasn't as many people in there PvPing yet. So I mean, we still got invaded like 4 times, but it wasn't as bad as it probably is now.
Yeah.
Do you want to try taking your ring off and
yeah,
just seeing if
I
there's
love
other
that
signs
gargoyle
around?
fight though.
Yeah, I definitely felt awesome when I beat that one. It was like, wow. That and I think the Ruined Sentinels fight was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's one where it's a little overwhelming at first. You're like, holy shit, there's 3 of them.
Yeah, I was fighting the first one. I was like, this isn't so bad. And then, oh crap.
When are you gonna know more about Lords of the Fallen? Because I really want something that I can play on my PS4.
I would guess within the next month, because I actually just requested access for like to play the test dev build or whatever.
Oh, cool.
And I just got a link, so I'm gonna kind of dig in and play it a little bit. So within the next month, I'll know more. I'm kind of like wrapping up all my Dark Souls stuff and kind of putting together plans for it. We're trying to do some cool community stuff around that too. But yeah, no, it's next gen action RPG, so even if it isn't very good, it's like still exciting.
Oh, it
Like, come on,
definitely is.
I just want to play some RPGs on my PS4.
I just don't have anything to play in it. It's so frustrating.
So who's the developer on that game?
A guy's called City Interactive. They're from Poland. And they have done
Interesting.
some of the sniper games, I believe. Yeah, Sniper Ghost Warrior. And Sniper Ghost Warrior 2. They also have a World War II shooter coming out really soon, actually, called Enemy Front, which is kind of cool too. Maybe that sort of thing.
I wonder what made him get into an action RPG then. It seems like a whole different, whole new thing for them.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm all for it. Just you can never have too many action RPGs. But I actually don't know why they.
Oh, you can't have too many RPGs in general.
All
I
of a
mean,
sudden.
they just don't make enough of them. Fex, do you want to try going to a different area?
I just summoned 2 people. It's not the area. This is soul memory in action. You see, we're all
Maybe
the
try
same
going to
level,
Lost Bastille after
but
that.
some people are like are not in that 50k range, and so they can't be seen or play with us.
Ice said he
The
had
ring should
104k
pad it
soul
on either
memory, so you
side.
summoned him. Ice said he was at 104, so you summoned somebody that is like almost,
Easy?
uh,
Or maybe then it's bugging
200,000
out or
less than
something.
you, so that's what he just put in the chat. You can always try quitting out and reloading.
Well, not when I
But,
had 2 phantoms.
Yeah, no.
Alright, so
You know, I wondered if the soul memory range and didn't increase by the zone, like the further along in the game you get, that the zone, the gap, you know, between soul memories widens.
very
Like,
well.
you know, it's more flexible.
I
in
know
higher
it
level areas. I wonder if
widens
they did something like
as.
that.
I know it widens as you get more numbers of souls. Like it's not always 50,000.
This is a percentage.
You know, and I don't know. Like I saw like some spreadsheet one time, but then I was told I couldn't share it because I think it's changing like dynamically. But also the name engrave range should give you like padding on either side of that, like more of a range.
That is something that we actually have noticed, yes.
Yeah, I think I read somewhere, and I don't know if it was official or not, that it was like 5% more.
And you know, that may be right, it may not be. That's so like.
Yeah, I don't even know.
I think part of it is because it changes, and the other part is From Software wants to keep that pretty close to their chest, like maybe because it's changing.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll adjust it as necessary if it needs adjusting.
Yeah.
Like you said, it's a little early to know exactly what's going to happen. I mean, right now, I don't even know if it's soul memory that's preventing these people from getting summoned, because one guy's got 100k and this other one has 180, and we can't see his sign, so it may not even be.
But I totally understand that some people are worried that that will affect the longevity of the game, and you know, that's valid concern and feedback, and I definitely intend to put that in front of FromSoft. I just don't think we can be too demanding or upset.
Oh, I'm pretty sure if you went to FromSoft with about it right now, they'd probably tell you to F off, right?
Not in so many words.
I've never met those guys, but I've only heard about like what their offices are like and what they're like. I think we would get along. But I don't speak Japanese.
They have a fun office.
I bet you.
But I mean, yeah, we're really early on.
They seem to make one like.
And even if things aren't crazy, even if things aren't all, I don't know. PC launch is coming, and I don't know. The game's gonna be. There's a lot of longevity here. The game's gonna be tweaked and.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think. I think right now that it's new, but I think what'll happen in a couple months is like everyone who's still playing, which you know, there's a certain number of people that are gonna play and then stop. But I think you know it's been proven with Dark Souls and Demon Souls that people who play it generally keep playing it and keep playing it and keep playing it. You know, and I think what'll happen is just you know everyone will move to NG Plus or whatever, and there'll be a range that'll settle in where everyone is co-oping there and PvPing and whatever, and that'll just kind of be the place, you know. It's just I think people are just
the other thing to consider
it being the beginning
is that you know maybe FromSoft, I don't know, like they like PvP or like co-op and multiplayer is like obfuscated by design, and it's possible they wanted to obfuscate that more. They wanted, you know, I don't really know their intentions exactly, but I don't know. I respect the fact that they design the game how they want.
Oh, absolutely. I think that
Oh, nice.
I think it's a bit early to know for sure. I don't honestly think soul memory will have any effect on the longevity of the game. I think its impact is felt earlier in the game, not longer in the game, so the more people play, the less impact they'll notice it, in my opinion.
Yeah, Detainee Pyramid likes the hidden door change. That threw me off so much at first. I was like, I've only found one illusory wall. Like, what is going on?
Are you serious? there is 5 in one room in the room Sentinels.
I made it like halfway through the game.
Yeah. I think they did a good job with that. I mean, people who play hardcore Demon Souls and Dark Souls, yeah, like everyone's good at these games already if they've played them before. So there's small things like that they have to change just to throw people off.
I honestly enjoy these games for the exploration. It's not so much.
I think one of the annoying things now is like people will put their
Okay.
one of the things that's like kind of annoying is that people will put like orange messages right in front of the walls, and now you have to press X to open them, and like you can't open them because you're like reading the message.
I think if you spam the button, it works just fine. But yeah, that is funny.
All these trolls.
I was playing at work, and so I was online, and before the game came out, the only thing I saw was tester messages, and they thought it was funny to put a bunch of messages in front of the ballista for the pursuer, so you couldn't actually use it.
Oh,
Every time
that's
you'd
just
run
so
off,
mean.
you'd hit all these messages.
That's awesome. Like the second time I did that fight, we had one of the guys that's modding the chat right now was in there with us, and we were streaming, and he had tanked the boss, and I'd never seen anyone use the ballista before, so I ran back there and I shot the boss for like half his health, and I'm like, oh sweet. So I cocked it and fired it again, and I hit him and the boss and killed them both with one shot. And it was like, oh, you can kill phantoms with that, so that kind of became the thing to do, is go in there and just annihilate other people with the ballista.
Poor Phantom.
I would, yeah. In New Game Plus, there is no ballista, which is funny. But for New Game Plus, I feel like it really kind of sets in how big of a challenge it's going to be when you fight the Flexile Sentry, which in a normal game is a pretty easy fight, but in New Game Plus, it just gets crazy.
Well, I am curious to see it then. So how long did it take you to get through your first blind playthrough?
I just used like heavy armor, great sword, the high stability great shield, and plowed through as fast as I could. And I clocked in at like 50 hours, 50, 55.
That's pretty good.
Wow, I'm like at that already.
But I was also like, I would look around to figure out like, oh, how do I get in here? Then I would just, nope, just plowing through. I just wanted to make progress. I wanted to beat the game before it came out.
Yeah, we've been like sitting around and...
So are you doing like a second playthrough now, or a third playthrough, or are you just moving on to New Game Plus?
Well, unfortunately my debug save didn't carry over, so I haven't even officially beat the game on retail yet. So I have like a main playthrough where I'm just kind of trying to get all the achievements, and then I have my PvP character.
It seems most people are leveling up a lot.
Yeah, some of the achievements feel like they're gonna take a while.
As
I
long
think
as they
that's
don't
an
take
okay
500 invasions, I'm good.
And what if they do, Fex? What if they do?
Then people are gonna discover how cheap I can be.
Then she'll... Oh god.
Oh, you're either with me or you're in my way. It's one or the other.
She's gonna... She's gonna perfect the art of the lag stab with a little dagger. In and out, 20 seconds, boom, next invasion.
You know all about that.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, I don't see anyone, so Cas or Ice, one of you come to put your sign down.
Or Jester Thomas is going to take your place.
I'm invading as a blue sentinel right now.
How are you?
Oh, target destroyed.
No, that was in and out, 20
I feel
seconds.
like Lightning Spear and that Fire Sword are just way too cheap of a combo. I don't mean to brag, but...
Yeah, don't brag.
Oh, okay. So what's a day in the life of the community manager like there? Like, what does your general day at work look like? Like, what do you do?
I kind of have to check in across all of our titles that are coming up in the next 2 or 3 months. So, way too much email, probably too many meetings, but a lot of it's just kind of checking in on, you know, the Dark Souls community, the Tales community, the Armored Core community, just checking in. I mean, my job is to provide feedback to the developers, and to make sure like if we have a new trailer coming up that it's being promoted properly. So there's really no average day. Sometimes it's just meetings all day, and sometimes it's just trolling through forums and Reddit and everything, trying to figure out what people are saying about different games.
So when are we gonna get to see a new Lords of the Fallen trailer? Because I really want to see more on that game.
It's a good question.
We're full of those.
It would make sense to be at E3, right? Yeah, that would make sense.
Okay. That's what,
But
June? That's June, right?
June, yeah. But I haven't heard anything official for that. Some of the stuff comes in hot, like it depends on the developer. Like sometimes they give us like months advance of when trailers are coming, and sometimes it's like, guess what? New trailers here going up tomorrow. Here you go.
Does that happen often?
Not often. It just, since we work with so many different developers, you know, things change from developer to developer.
Right. So who's like your favorite developer that you work with?
I'm biased. I mean, I love From Software, even though I don't even talk to them. Like,
Totally.
I talk to a translator who talks to them. I mean, I was a Demon Souls, Dark Souls fan long before I worked for Namco Bandai. I think they do a lot of really cool stuff, and I enjoy
Did you play
working
King's
with
Field?
them in the community. A tiny bit. Never like fully all the way through. I feel like I came to King's Field a little bit late to the party. Like it was kind of after its prime.
I see. It still feels like with every Souls release, it's a little bit more of King's Field for me.
Well, yes. Game I did play, which I'm pretty sure From Software developed, is called Echo Knight. I think it was a PlayStation 1 game.
Sounds familiar.
Oh, there's a good question. Someone asked if all the worldwide deaths that are on that monolith are cross-platform or just yours.
Pretty sure that they're separate. And then the you can check on the. I'm pretty sure they're separate. That's what I heard last.
I would think they would be.
But then you can go to DarkSouls2.com and compare that to the click beyond the bonfire, and then compare that to the stats there. That's updated like once a day though.
Ah, that's something I wanted to ask you. Could there be a way to like make a little widget with that so
Oh,
we can add it to like the forums and the wiki homepage?
Oh, that's a good question.
Could be a fun little thing to have on the site
have
so
no
people can see like
idea.
real-time stuff while they are like
Yeah.
socializing.
Yeah, it's unfortunately not in real time because it's
Well, it's as
just
real-time
like
as it's
updated
gonna
20
get, right?
minutes a day. At least the deaths are. Yeah, I get it.
So when do you usually play if people, you know, want to like get a shot at playing with you randomly? Like, is it just in the evening? Are you up real late or
Yeah.
on the weekend?
Let's see. So I either.
Oh
if it's
my
a slow day
God,
at
what
work,
is
I
Ice
jump
wearing?
online while I'm in the office.
Look at Ice!
So that's around like. I'd say like anywhere from 6 to 10 p.m. Pacific.
Okay,
Oh,
cool.
he's got smelter.
So
demon
like
armor.
after work, like most people.
Yeah,
Oh, is he
I
wearing
mean
the smoke
sometimes I'll
demon
play at
armor
work,
set?
but
That looked so cool.
sometimes I'll play at work, but that's
That's
just
awesome.
like
You
in the
can play at
afternoons
work.
if it's a slow day. It's part of my
I
job.
want a job where I can play Dark Souls 2 at work.
You'd be really casual at your job.
Yeah. Well, I mean sometimes I just need to make
So,
sure to test to see if the servers are up.
Oh yeah, I could imagine that being the case. Didn't think about that part. How awful, right? Let me just jump on here for a couple hours, make sure everything's running right.
Okay.
Oops, the long thing.
Oh!
So, if we set up a PvP event, you'd be interested in doing that? Like, maybe sometime before PC release?
Yeah, as long as my schedule worked out. I mean, I'm traveling a decent amount coming up in the next couple months to different events. But yeah, I mean, I'd want to join.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
ouch. That's painful.
Oh.
I rolled into Chuga.
Okay, cool.
Wow, the stream is really behind.
Wow, you got hit like a truck.
I was
Yeah,
low
Twitch-
because she hit me
Twitch
with the
really
thing
up
when I
their
entered
delay.
and I hadn't healed. But worry not, there is the overpower ring of overpoweredness that I had on. I'm sorry,
ring of
that ring is so overpowered.
Yeah, I
It's
was
like never
talking to one
die.
of the playtesters down in San Francisco. I was talking to one of the playtesters down there at the launch event, and I was asking him what his favorite ring was, and he said the life ring, and I was like, what's it do? He's like, oh, it prevents you from losing your souls when you're dying, and I'm like, that's really your favorite ring? Like, you know, you use it once and then you never use it again, and then I found out you could repair it, and I'm like, now I know why he liked it so much.
Yep. Yep. It definitely makes things easier. At the same time, you didn't know that.
You know,
that
it's
nobody
not so
knew
much
that when the
about
game
the
first
souls
started,
for me,
and
it's about the humanity. You know, you save your humanity
Yeah.
so you don't have to just burn effigies.
yeah. And once you get to a certain point in the
Like
game,
one of
I
my
don't know
buddies is playing through the
what
game.
it is, when it is, the effigies are infinite supply from one of the vendors.
Oh.
Oh, are they? Oh, well, that's good to know. I mean, I haven't had an issue with them, but there's some people who are like, dude, you got to give me some effigies. I'm like all out, and I'm like, what? You know?
Yeah. Then again, you think back to like Demon Souls, where penalties were a lot worse for dying.
Yeah, that by far, in my opinion, was the like hardest of the 3 games.
Alright.
Admittedly, I'd imagine going through Demon Souls like when there's no Dark Souls, you know, so you'd never played a game like it before was probably pretty punishing.
Even going back and playing Demon Souls now is punishing. Game's rough.
Yeah. I keep thinking I gotta go back and play and try and get my platinum, and every time I think about it, I'm like, no, I can't. It's too hard.
I played a little bit before Dark Souls 2 came out. It holds up surprisingly well. When you first jump in, you're like, oh my god, this game's ugly, but it grows on you. It holds up pretty well.
I find that these games are really good at making you forget
Well,
about
the
the
combat just
graphics.
feels really familiar, so it's...
Yeah, as always, the graphics are good enough, you know, and that's all I ever need.
Oh, now that's a question. Dark Souls
Yeah.
3, when is it coming out?
You know, you're not playing like N64.
2 weeks after Dark
Already.
Souls 2 comes out. Yeah.
It's a future-focused industry. Okay, we got that.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Quote him now. Quote him. He's gonna tell you a date.
Exactly.
Quote him on it.
March 11th, 2000.
Oh, that's a good question. Is there any is there any plan for it to be released on PS4, Dark Souls 2, at some point, or Xbox One?
I have no comment.
Oh, it was a no comment. It wasn't a no.
Yeah, I have no.
Start the wild speculation.
I wish it was on PS4 because that's what console I want to play on. But I like PC too.
Yeah, I would so play that.
But no, I mean
It would look
obviously
amazing,
people
I
want on
imagine.
next gen, and I've put that feedback along. I mean, I don't know. I don't have any.
If anything, you guys should try and put it on PlayStation now.
I wish I
Imagine
could
it would.
confirm.
I
and
wonder how
announce.
they. Just put it on PlayStation now.
No,
just do
no,
it
no.
tomorrow,
Yeah,
which
Cas,
would-
you're such a noob. PlayStation Now is a thing that Sony will be rolling out soon that lets you play PS3 games on your PS4. It plays them on the PlayStation on Gaikai. It plays them on the network.
Right. I didn't know that was the name of it.
That's because you're a noob.
I'm definitely looking forward to PlayStation Now. I hope it ends up being pretty cool. They can cut down the delay.
Yeah, they had a beta for it and stuff, but I think it's still under NDA.
Count Antonius wanted to ask about the lighting in the PC version. I mean, I've seen the PC build in action. It looks better. The frame rates, it's so smooth and looks great. I haven't, like the build that everyone's talking about, like the super old TGS build and the weird lighting and stuff. I mean, I haven't seen any like comparison shots or anything. All I can say is it looks better than the PS or the console build.
So is there going to be like any different editions for PC, like how they had like the Prepare to Die edition when it came out? Is there going to be anything like that, or is it just Black Armor and collectors?
I mean, it's just we have the collector's edition, and then if you pre-order on Steam, you get the digital bonuses. But I mean, there's no.
Cool.
It's not like we have DLC out right now that we would bundle with it or anything.
Right. Are there plans for DLC? Do you know? I don't even know if they've
I
announced
don't know
that.
anything about DLC. I mean, I don't know. Like, I know that, like, it's been talked about, like, but from software, they just work on what they want to work on and tell us stuff when they're ready to tell us stuff.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
I
cool.
loved Artorias the Abyss, so I would totally be excited if they announce some DLC.
Well, we have noticed that there are some weapons
Artorias
and
was such
stuff
an awesome boss.
that are in the
That was, like,
code but
such a
are
cool
not
boss.
available in the game. So, suspicions are running rampant already.
Oh yeah, no, it definitely feels like it feels like they left places to incorporate the DLC. Like, I don't know. But I don't know anything about their plans.
It would be really awesome
But,
because you know, this is a great
yeah.
game for DLC because the longevity of the Soul series is so good that if you just added new stuff every now and then, it would just kind of revitalize it, even though it doesn't really need a lot. It would just be like kind of cool, you know, just to mix it up.
Videos and screens from the Steam page, the PC version. The PC. Oh, speaking of, I've been meaning to tell somebody to update those. The PC. We've released like 4 PC screenshots so far, and those are. Let me go to the Steam page real quick. I just dropped my controller.
Fex, I'm thinking you should go to a different area or something, because
I don't think it's the
doesn't
area
seem like
because
you're
I keep
getting
being able to see the same people and not others. Does everyone have cross-region play?
Yeah, I think our soul level is too high, or our soul memory. I think we went too high. That's what I was worried about.
That's just weird. But one of the guys
Yeah,
is
so I
saying that
think
he has one similar.
whatever, like first 5 screenshots are from the PC
5
build
screenshots, you
on the
said?
Steam page. Yeah, but I don't know. For me, the biggest difference is just the frame rate and the clearness of everything. I don't know. It looks good. I'm no
The
technical
textures
expert.
are
It looks
generally
better,
much better on PC.
but that's never really been something it's never, honestly, it's never something
Yeah,
I
I haven't really noticed any.
put any focus on in the Souls game.
I haven't really noticed a frame rate problem in this game. I mean, there were some spots in Dark Souls 1 that were kind of spotty, but I haven't really noticed any here. I've heard people complain about it, but I haven't seen it, so I'm just wondering, like, what are they complaining about? Yeah. Lag town.
Okay, Cas, come to this boss
I just watched
so that we
that
can
Dark
get it
Souls
done.
parody video
Like,
again today.
Yeah. I mean, the very for old like TGS demo like looks different than the game does, but it's not even just graphics. It's like I think when they first were developing, they planned to have the game a lot darker, and you could use a torch a lot more. And I think as they went along, they just kind of veered towards not abusing that as hard, if that makes sense. Like that's what I thought. Like when I first started playing the game, it would be
There
like,
were
Is that
some
why there's all
comments.
the browsers around?
No, those actually do stuff. And you have to light them all for a special reward and whatnot. But what I've heard is that they took the torches out because if you had to use the torch all the time, mages and bow users would be screwed.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what they've officially said on it, but that makes sense. Like, if you had to use a torch all the time, while it's cool to use every once in a while and make you decide what you're going to do, but if you had to use it all the time, it would really limit the play, I think.
That's what I was worried about in the beta. It was like you had to have a torch out to see anywhere you were going to go, and honestly the lighting looked really cool with it dark in the torch, but it was like, why have a shield in the game if you can't even use it walking around, you know?
Yeah. And I think this lighting still looks good. I understand why some people are confused if they like weren't paying very close attention to like if they first saw the game in like the TGS reveal and then saw it now. I guess it looks. But it's not just like the graphics. It's like the style is a little different. But that changes as games get developed.
I quite like it how it is.
Yeah, definitely.
It's interesting.
I'd have been curious to see what it looked like. I would have been curious to see what it looked like with the darker version, just to see. I was hoping that maybe there was like some effect where you could like make the world dark.
You want to play the alternate version of? There is a very interesting dark light mechanic in a Secret Covenant. I guess I probably shouldn't say anymore.
Oh. Well, now you have us all wondering. Yeah, Fex, I can't come there because I don't have that area unlocked.
There's definitely people that know about it.
Can't come to you. So, did you mean Secret Covenant is in Secret Covenant, or something in one of the covenants that's a secret?
It's a Secret Covenant. There's definitely people that know about it. It's in the guide. It's out there. But
I forgot about these guys.
Much later covenants.
Did you hear what I said, Fex? I don't have that boss killed that we killed a second ago.
Yes, I heard you.
Make it wherever you are. I hate invading in that area. I always get like just ganked in Earthen Peak. Like every time I come in there, there's like a guy with like 2 guys, and it's just tight quarters. There's nowhere to move.
You get killed by Jester Thomas.
I don't think I've ever fought him, honestly. I did have one guy turn into a pot on me, though, and then stab me in the back.
I love using silver talismans. In the Rat Covenant, I would start behind them as a pot, and I would try hard to like move when they weren't looking, and slowly follow them through.
Just stalk them around the level, so they turn around like, I swear that pot wasn't there before.
Oh, there's a person here.
Most of the time they figured it out.
Oh, there was a person here.
You should totally just like video that or something. Just not attack the person, just keep following them around the level.
You also get like a frame or two of invulnerability when you're like morphing out of the pot, so it's really good.
Oh, nice. Fex and I got the opportunity to use one of those seeds of a tree giant the other day when we got invaded.
Oh, did it, was it any good? I always wanted to use one of those.
Oh my god, so good.
Oh yeah, it was perfect because we were fighting a mage and he wouldn't come. You know, it was me and her. It was just two of us, but you know, he just kept staying back and spellcasting in the enemies. So we backed up and we backed up till he went to like just the edge of the enemies, like it was those minotaurs in the shaded forest that hit like a truck. And he went in front of them, and as soon as he did, I used the freaking seed, and he was pinned between them and us. And one of the minotaurs hit him for like 3/4 of his health, and then he just ran. He just took off, and I just chased after him, and he couldn't get away because he was trying to heal, and I just cut him down while like all the minotaurs were chasing him.
Those minotaurs are crazy.
It was
they have
kind
like
of
an
awesome.
infinite amount of poise.
Well, those like those steel ones in the Lost Bastille with the greatswords have like an infinite amount of stamina. They'll like sprint after you for like a mile. Those guys are like Olympic sprinters.
Speaking of him, my buddy who wanted, the guys that I work with, we wanted to go down to the rat area, so we have to invade a Rat Covenants person and light a torch, and then just try to run through their maze like you're an Olympian, just sprinting through naked with a torch.
Oh wow, that's such a great idea.
I mean, we'll probably die instantly. But...
So were you sober when you came up with this idea?
Well, since like 3 or 4 of us on the marketing team have been playing, like the first hour of our day is just shooting the shit about Dark Souls.
Nice.
I am going to leave you guys. I'm going to join some friends for a game of Dota.
Alrighty.
But this has been fun. Hopefully you guys can clear...
Yeah, appreciate having you on.
Mitha?
Oh, she's
yeah.
almost dead.
Just keep me in the loop for future events.
Definitely will.
For PvP.
Next time you gotta join and play.
Yeah, I will,
cool.
I'll let you know. Yeah, I think people would like to play with you, especially on PvP.
Like to beat me up. That's fine.
Yeah.
I can take a hit. I
You
really
can be
wanted
From's pincushion.
I really wanted to theory craft a crazy high vitality Ring of Thorns Old Sun Ring character.
That would be great. Just
Oh,
make people explode themselves.
Just stand there and get a beating and then just kill them getting hit.
Yeah.
Revenge.
I have killed more than one person with
alright.
that Old Sun Ring. In my death screen too.
Yeah, no. Me too. It's good.
This game needs like a medal that
yeah,
gives you
I'm out.
From the
I'll talk
Grave
to you guys later.
achievement.
Thanks everyone on stream.
Alright, man.
Thank you.
Take it easy. Thanks for stopping by.
Everyone have
It's good having you.
Yep, have a good night. Cheers.
Bye.
Alright. So did you guys die on that boss again, or did you beat it?
No, we beat it.